Take a look at the treasure we found hidden in the back of this thrift store. If this looks familiar, recently we did a tall boy dresser. We drove a couple hours to Tennessee to pick up that piece, and then discovered this one that came along with it. We liked it enough that we actually rented a truck, a U-Haul truck, to get it back home 2 hours away in Georgia. You can see the shoes on there, some nice carvings at the bottom. The handles we weren't so sure about, but that is inlay wood running vertically in the drawer fronts. It also came with this mirror. Note the Venetian glass on the sides. It appears to be in very good shape. So let's get this back to the shop and see what we can do to clean it up. Welcome to Montford Boulevard, and welcome to the world of Art Deco furniture. This waterfall dresser is solid, it's well built, clean, lighter colored veneer. Looking inside this drawer though, this is maybe for change or earrings or something. It almost looks like a food tray and a baby high chair. Pretty ugly. Curious why they would put that in there. Especially with this nice oak and ash, it looks like solid wood drawers. Some very attractive wood. It's just funny that painted accessory they put in there. And these handles, we will save them, but we think this deserves a better set of handles. We're thinking Bakelite. Now that wood grain on the drawer front, that is actual wood. At first we thought it was lacquer veneer. These are the handles we're going to go with. We need 6 of them. This Bakelite's a little mangled, but we do have 6 good ones that should clean up just fine. Some more quality wood in here, looking at that divider, also solid oak. We're going to get this thing out of here, and we'll put it in a nice, safe place for later. The bottom is coming out of this drawer. It may have been cut just a little bit too short. Also, you can see the track is loose, missing a nail. We will address that later. Veneer is mostly in really good shape, but we've got a couple areas we need to fill before we sand. Some water stains, some liquid stains. Pretty superficial though. This does appear to be high quality veneer, so we're not afraid of sanding this. Right away you can see how dynamic that grain is. Fortunately, they didn't use that heavier opaque stain that you see oftentimes in Art Deco furniture. But if we refinish this, we expect it to be even more vibrant. Feeling much cleaner already. These sides were really high quality veneer as well, and almost no damage. That's really good news. The waterfalls you have to be so careful with when you're sanding. You can see we've left some for hand sanding. Here's what the handles look like with that original coating taken off. We will clean up the Bakelite separately. Kind of fun to see these in the original pot metal. We have done silver handles before, but it probably won't go with the aesthetic here. Time to clean up this Bakelite as well. Adding gold lacquer first to the inside. Look at how clean and fresh that looks. So this is where that drawer bottom was maybe cut just a little bit short. We've added a piece of trim, putting it in with wood glue. We'll let that dry. That'll make sure that never pops out again. This is golden oak stain. This doesn't need much. Look at how rich and beautiful the grain is. It's looking lovely already. Quite a bit of hand sanding. We gave that Bakelite a good scrub and then dusted it with lacquer. Looking so much fresher. Just a light coat of black. We had sealed the gold in clear lacquer. We'll get back to that later, those handles. Adding the same golden oak to the cabinet now. It's unusual to find veneer in this good of condition. Very, very little damage, and it all sanded out. This is thick veneer too, so no sand throughs, which is so fortunate. We let that black dry for maybe just 5 minutes. We're using French lacquer to remove it, but to leave some down in the grooves. This is one of our trademark looks. These handles are so quintessential Art Deco. Going to use this seal coat before we put lacquer over top of the cabinet and the drawers. Jumping around back to the handles now. And they're getting a coat of clear lacquer. A little bit of touch up on that chipped veneer. We will do a background lighter color and then come in with some of the darker colors. Just work at that until it blends. Time for a good scrub. We do this for all of our pieces. This one didn't have any lingering odors or anything like that, but still just giving it a nice fresh start. We're going to put the handles back together. We're gluing the Bakelite back in place. Looking brand new. Shellac just bringing out that oak grain. These are heavy, solid, quality drawers. Isn't that fun to see? It's almost book matched in the bottom of that drawer. And yes, we are going to address the mirror. We had to think about it for a bit, but we think it's going to be best to leave this mirror with the dresser. This tape didn't leave too much of a residue, fortunately, and this was just a decal that came right up. Look at these Bakelite clips. I've said it before, but these are quite valuable, hard to find online. And look at this. Found a date, April 3rd, 1944. So that helps us place this in time.
There's a speed limit in this state, Mr. Neff. 45 miles an hour.
How fast was I going, officer?
I'd say around 90.
Suppose you get down off your motorcycle and give me a ticket.
Suppose I let you off with a warning this time.
Suppose it doesn't take.
Suppose I have to whack you over the knuckles.
That's a film by Billy Wilder, who did Sunset Boulevard. Now help us out. What is this word written in cursive? Kinda tough to read. This applique fortunately came off easily. We'll leave those nails in place so we can put it back afterwards. It's always fun to look at the backs of these mirrors. And we've got the same word here, probably the company name and an item code 4220. And then April 17th, 1944. We also realize that same number is on the back side of the mirror frame, 4220. Just funny they did that in pencil. Look at the circles pressed into this trim. That's intriguing, so we think we want to highlight that. We are going to add some color to this trim. We'll carefully sand it first. And we've got a lot of masking ahead of us. Same thing for the dresser cabinet. Probably the most time-consuming part of this job. It'll be worth it though. Made a mistake here. This portion is actually lacquer veneer. You can see the layers of painted fake wood effect. Sand it through it, so we're going to have to replace that with veneer. The mirror covers up to this portion, so that's the only part that will need veneer. Getting close with our masking. That took a couple hours. Most of what you see will go black, but we'll be adding a little bit of gold as well. We are priming with French lacquer. This is on the trim that we sanded lightly. This will be a base before we add black. This is really going to add some separation, especially with that lighter veneer. And look who's in the background. A surprise visit.
Franny! Franny, I'll go get your cookie.
This is our biggest fan.
We have. Here's your cookie. And you know there are two cookies, right? There's always two cookies, not just one. We'll lick the camera.
Oh no! I think she got it.
Frances got me. She licked the camera again.
You're the funniest dog in the whole neighborhood. Yes, you are. You purr like a kitty.
Today we gave her a tennis ball and it was hilarious. She was so excited to take this home. You could tell she really loved it. Back to work. Those are those circles. We're going to try to pull that out with gold, get some down in those grooves. Before that dries too much, we'll pull it back with French lacquer. This is a really delicate process. It's easy to rub it all off and go down to bare wood. That's the effect we're looking for. For this carved piece at the bottom of the mirror, we want black in these grooves. We did something similar with that tall boy dresser, and we're going to do this with the shoes on this piece as well. That's the effect. It'll be much stronger once we put the glass in place. But look at how that black brings such nice separation with this lighter colored veneer. So this was that area where I sanded through earlier. We're going to use our peel and stick veneer. We'll put it at a diagonal to match the grain pattern. Just make sure we have enough to cover that area. Working on a pattern first for both sides. And that should do it, right to the edge of the mirror. Did some stain tests. We're going to go with the upper sample there. A bit more of that orange color. That is pretty close. We might add some toner just a bit later after that dries. Now we're doing that seal coat followed by lacquer. The seal coat dries pretty quickly. We found a split at the bottom of the cabinet, so we're gluing that shut while we're at it here. Just like the tall boy, there's some significant damage in that lacquer veneer pattern on the trim. Starting with the lighter yellow color, the base, the background. And then the furniture markers will help us with those fake grain lines. It's a common pattern you see in Art Deco furniture frequently. So much fun to put these handles back on. The colors match really well with the natural grain patterns. And just a bit of toner on that veneer section. And that's a pretty good match. We're excited to get this glass back in place. Again, these are in such surprisingly good condition. This mirror has a beveled edge, so it's always good to save these if you can. It's usually a bit too expensive to get one custom cut. And the Venetian glass for the sides. What a find. This is such a gorgeous mirror. We contemplated using it for another project, but it goes so good with this dresser, we decided to leave it. So we polished this Bakelite and it's shining as well. Get those pieces back in place. So we took that applique and we did the same black and gold treatment. We think this approach honors the original look, but also just gives it a bit more of a modern feel. We put glue on the backs of these applique pieces, and we're using the original nails just to press them in place. So excited to get this mirror back on, using the original backers. We don't stop working on these pieces until we love them. And you know what? I think we're there. Stepping back to look at this magnificent dresser. It's so fun to finally put that mirror back in place. The tall boy from this set sold quickly, but as of publishing time, this is still available. The link to our store is below, but if you reach out to us directly, we can always give you a better price. Looking back at where we started, and it's so fun just to see this revived and refreshed. What a gorgeous piece. Thank you so much for watching until the end and for all of the interactions with our channel. all of it does help. We'll be back again soon with another Art Deco furniture restoration remake. But you're welcome back here at Montford Boulevard anytime.